Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you how to use Who's Fan on the emulators that I use, and there are 4 things that you need. You need to make KakaoTalk accounts using your email. So you can start off from this website and then you can make your accounts without having to use email, without using cell phone verification. You just need to get the verification email. So you can do those. Keep a copy of all of your KakaoTalk accounts that you made from your Gmail, Yahoo, and Outlook. You can use Gmail accounts to make accounts. You can use Yahoo emails to make accounts. Occasionally you can use Outlook, but sometimes it also gets suspended if you're unlucky. So, and then the next thing that you need is the APK for Who'sFan. You can save it in a folder that's very accessible on your computer, so it's easier for you to log it in on the emulator. Speaking of emulators, we have 2 that I want to introduce to you. There's Nox Player and there's MemoPlay. So you can use either one. Nox has more specs that it needs. So if you have a lower end laptop or computer, it's okay to use MemoPlay since you can use the Android 5 version. It requires a lot of logging in and other things, but it's like having the latest. If you have the latest cell phone, Nox Player is that style of emulator. It pretends to be an Android phone or an Android tablet. So, and the same for MemoPlay. So you can use this on a laptop or a PC if you're more of a PC person and it's hard for you to log in, log out on a cell phone. Also, it's easier to access spreadsheets when you're on a laptop. So you copy paste, so it's like 5 strokes. Copy, email, paste, password, log in, log out, clear data, and then do it again, right? So it takes a lot less time than when you're using it on your phone. If you're using a phone, you can use Super Cloner. If you have an Android phone, you can make application instances using that account, and you can use Who's Fan on that using your KakaoTalk accounts. It's a little harder to use Naver and Twitter on that, but it also works sometimes. So, but to prevent your accounts from getting suspended a whole lot, make sure that you're the ones using your accounts, and if you donated it to another person and they're using it and then you use it too, Who's Fan sometimes suspends those accounts because they think that more than one person is using the account, and so KakaoTalk Kakao actually will suspend your account because there's some unusual activity. That's what they usually say. So before you can use Fox emails to make KakaoTalk, but their security ramped up. So your old Fox emails that you registered to Kakao can still be used if they haven't been suspended yet. So please be careful with the KakaoTalk accounts you've made using Fox emails. Try to hold them closer to your chest to use them more as personal accounts, because if they get suspended, then it's gone. You can't get them back. So let's try it. So I already have my APK for Who's Fan, and I already registered and downloaded Nox Player, and I also have Memo here. So once you register, once you've downloaded and installed it on your computer, you'll get a multi memo and a multi drive. If you just click the Nox and the Memo, it'll just open the first instance. So let me show you. So once you click that, it will just open one instance that you've made before. So like this. So it's pretty big, so it will download. It will open and then you can make it a little smaller. So it looks like this, right? So the reason why the screen is pretty big, you'll know later. So if you see here, there's an install APK tab here. So you can just click that one. And then wherever you saved your APK, you can access it and it will just go into, yeah, it will install as if it's a tablet. So there you go. So some people, they want to register using their your Google Play. If you're using Gmail, you have to log in to Google Play. But it can create some security issues. So for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm only using KakaoTalk, but you can also use your Gmail account for other apps like IdleChamp. You can also I have IdleChamp, StarPass. Sometimes StarPass doesn't work because there's like they're preventing you from having those apps work on an emulator, but sometimes it does work. So you can put in, just ignore all of those other things that are popping up. It's just a way for the emulator to do some stuff for itself. So you can also have Mubi, so, and other apps like the K-King app can also be installed. Oh, sorry, I accidentally installed the same thing. The K-King is a support app that you can also install. So let's start with the most important one, which is Who's Fan. So once you log in, you can actually, if you already know how to make a Who's Fan account, you simply log in using your social media account, and then you register, and then you're able to use it. So you can use Facebook, you can use Twitter, KakaoTalk, Naver, and Line. But you need to have all of these applications logged in on this instance. So if you open your multi-memo, you will see this. So you can name your account. So let's say this account is 1001 TSAM. So I know how much disk space is taking, what Android type it is. You can even find out what kind of settings it has, right? So I'm gonna use KakaoTalk, so I'm just gonna log it in here. And then you can actually check your credits, whatever are the current voting that is going on. So if you want to vote in Kingdom, it will come out here. If you want to vote on Mnet Countdown, you can use this, and then you can get your tickets from this tiny icon over here. So I think you already know how to do that. You can get the pre-voting ticket for Kingdom. It's only gonna be you being able to choose. So if you notice, sometimes there's that error. So just go back here to the main screen, and then right click on app info for staff, and then open it again. And whatever it is that you need to come out from there will come out. So you'll see there, and then you can vote here. Or in the case of Kingdom, you have to vote for 3 different groups, right? So if you want to make another instance, let's say you're done using this, right? You can close it. It'll shut down. You can go to multi-memo. You can click on new. So if you notice, there's a lower version, right? So if you have a lower version, you can make that one, use that one instead of the 7.5. It takes a lot less memory, but there's a lot of other stuff that you have to install. So if your computer can handle it, please use the 7.1. So this way you have all of these instances. If you need to open your idle champ, you can save stars, you can watch ads, you can get the daily comment and the first post in community rewards and those other things. So a lot of people who use emulators use it for that reason, because some devices only allow you to vote one time. So it's easier for you to do that if you have multiple instances. So the multiple instance manager is where you can see all of the instances. So it takes a little while, so I'll show you a little bit of Knox. So you can go to the multi-drive and you can make as many accounts as you have. I actually have quite a few. So to just make an emulator, you can click this part. You can choose the basic or the official. It's compatible with the most common applications that we use. So I would recommend 7. So it will make you a new instance. You can rename it any way you want. It's not letting me do that right now. Okay, I think I have too many instances. So you can rename it anything you want, and then you can open it and you can wait for it to open. It's quite big too. It's the same for Memu. So if you open more than 2 Nox player, even with the best performing laptop and a Wi-Fi, it will slow down if you're doing other things. So my suggestion is just use like 2 at a time. So it'll open something like this, so you can make it a little smaller. So if you're doing other things like streaming, you can open, here is where the APK is added. So click on that one, that's the 1, 2, 3. After the volume button, the screen, there's a plus APK button, and then you can add the Who's Fan, the latest version. You have to make sure that your APK is the latest version. If it's not the latest version, you can uninstall the version that you have on your emulator. You can download the new APK version. This is a technique that doesn't require you to log in to Google Play, which has your Google account on it. So sometimes it takes a while and it takes a lot of memory. So if you notice here, it's a whole new account. It's a whole new instance. And Memu and Nox can work well on any new computer at the same time. So what I do is I sometimes have 2 Nox open and then a Memu Play instance open. So it takes a lot of bandwidth and a lot of memory, but if you're not doing other things, that's doable. But if you're doing other things like working or let's say you're streaming something, it will be best not to have too many instances happening at the same time. So sometimes it does that. It does kick you out. Don't worry, just click it back on again and it will work. So if you already have your credits added for that day, you can click here, and as you know, you can view ads here. So like on your phone, you can only view 10 ads for credit, right? Because you only have one account. So if you have a lot of instances, you can watch more ads on each instance. And so all of your accounts that you have will be able to watch the ads. So sometimes it's slow. So, but you just have to be patient with it, and it will let you do your free charging eventually. So I'm not gonna get into that because that takes a lot of time. So what I actually do is on a daily basis, I would open my Who's Fan so just I can get the 100 in and just save it there because for a rainy day. So in this case, if you need them for future voting, then it's possible. But For Kingdom, it only allows you to vote once for each device. So let's say I have about 140 Kakao Talk accounts that I have on my spreadsheet. So I can vote them for the groups that I want and maximize the number of times that I would be able to get my vote then for that group. So, for example, my Ubi is group A, I can vote for that 10 times, and then I'll just strategically count how many times I can vote for other groups so that to minimize the number of time that I am accidentally helping them. So, before it was useful to be able to read the articles, but I think right now that's not been enabled. So, oh, it's enabled again. So when you have all of these instances, you're able to read more articles, and that is also another way for you to earn credits. And if you post a lot, if you verify accounts, and then if you watch videos, if you write posts, writing posts costs you a little bit of points, but if you can reach the maximum for this and the recommendation also, you can get a lot of credits from that. So if you can get a lot of Kakao Talk accounts and have them be given more points. So I see a lot of people, for example, on the voting comment section here, they would usually comment things like, if you want to get free credits, then you can put in your referral there. So, but yeah, that's pretty much spamming, but it's useful for them. So you can make a lot of accounts. You can just put the numbers of your serial accounts, so it's easier for you to figure out which one have I already used. You can mark it on your spreadsheet. So, but don't make too many accounts that you can't handle, because it's really difficult to open all of them. So, for example, if you already have Idol Champ that you have to check, and Who's Fan that you have to check, and then you also check the K King that asks you to get into a lot of ad viewing. There's Cho Idol also that you need to check. So you have to manage your time also. If you can't do all of them all the time, then it's better to just focus on the ones that you can do. So, so you can use this to check on any application that works on emulators. So, in order for you to be able to support your favorite group, so remember, you can go to bignox.com or MemoPlay to get these applications and use them to basically act as your extra devices. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. And if you have other strategies that you want to share with other people, then you can do so as well in the comment section. So good luck, everyone, and let's stay strong, fight fair, and learn new things every day. Bye.